Most Canadians, be they people with children or people who work with children or not, believe that children are at their most physically aggressive when they are teenagers, and that they got that way by learning it off of television and things like that. That's what people think. So the model is tabula rasa, we're all born good, and then we learn this stuff from TV, and then it happens there. That, from a developmental perspective, is entirely wrong. If you do what has been done, and done best in Canada by Richard Tremblay and his team in McGill, which is to watch children from behind a one-way glass mirror as they grow up and score their interactions objectively, not based on how strong they are, but what they do, what you see is that in the second year of life, when kids are mobile enough to start getting at each other, that physical aggression is one of the very common and popular early attempts at social negotiation. So you put two kids in a room and one toy, and it will not take very long before you get criminal code violations. Right? Now, people always laugh when I say that. But in retrospect, I urge you, and I wish I had one of these things to show you, actually to watch a YouTube video of what this looks like, right? So, small kid picks up toy. Larger kid comes along, takes the toy away from the smaller kid, and bangs them over the head with it and knocks them to the ground, right? That sort of thing goes on every 30 seconds or so, right? And in fact, what happens is, by 24 to 40 months of age, the highest fraction of kids who are ever going to be physically aggressive have declared themselves by then. And it's not that the environment caused them, not that they got it off of television. It is, in effect, virtually a random or a temperamental-driven attempt at social negotiation. Where the environment comes in is the unlearning, right? So when you have kids who are physically aggressive and are not easily learning to replace physical aggression with verbal negotiation skills, and they are growing up in environments where they're not being encouraged out of that, and they reach school age still like that, those are the kids who are at highest risk of still being physically aggressive by teenage and creating the coercive environments that bring others in. And it's only when they get strong enough to do real damage that we wake up and get upset and carry on. Now, this knowledge that I'm talking about has been out there and has been a subject of consensus in developmental psychology for 20 years. And I'm actually getting angry about this, to be honest with you. You know, because, you know, kid commits suicide after being bullied, and everybody gets out there and talks about the zero tolerance for bullying and stuff. If we mean zero tolerance for bullying, we mean we pay attention to development, and we understand what we already know, and we act on what we already know. We don't simply wait around for kids to get strong enough to do real damage or get insidious enough in their relational aggression to hound somebody to death, and then put on, in effect, theatrics about what we're going to do.